is a shocking disappointment, and it's wrong, and I look forward to Cricket Australia taking decisive action soon.
If it was the leadership group that hatched this plot, well, you've got to assume that the next potential leader is amongst that leadership group.
Look, I hope people can forgive. I think Steve Smith's such a great young man. He's got a heart of gold, and I just think he's made a big mistake, unfortunately.
Oh, it's pretty disgraceful. I think it brings cricket into a total state of bad publicity with the whole Australian support base, and I think the whole lot of them should be sacked. Captain all the way down to the rest of the guys. The culture of the team has just been infiltrated with a bad culture, and the rest of them need to go, as well as the administration at the top of the sport too.
You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. We're listening to Australian Prime Minister there reacting to the ball tampering scandal. We also listen to former players and captain Ian Chappell and Michael Clark. Austin, this is, for obvious reasons, very negative headlines for cricket.
Right from the day it came out, started on a Friday. By Saturday, everyone was talking about it. The Australia cricket chief came out to say, he used the same words that the former Australian cricketer used. It's disappointing and unprofessional, because we don't really understand. But Smith admitted that it was a leadership group. So that leadership group, that's the problem. Who are these persons that are involved with this ball tampering scandal?
And they all have to pay.
Everybody will pay. They will investigate it.
Okay, as if we'll continue to monitor that situation, the ball tampering scandal going down in the world of cricket. We have a guest in the studio, as you've seen already, Toby Olubi, football analyst and coach, joins us in the segment now as we preview tonight's match between Nigeria and Serbia. Toby, it's great to have you on the show again.
It's good to be here, and first time on the show with us.
Thank you. Toby, good to have you around.
That was the first time. You're excited for tonight, considering what you saw on Friday?
Yes, I am. To be honest, this is the most optimistic I've been about the Nigerian national team in a very, very long time. You know, the balance of the team is amazing. Tactically, they're very sound. You know, you could even see that a team like Poland, who are rated 6th in the world by FIFA, struggle to break us down. Some people want to argue there was a goal line clearance, but it's part of football.
It is.
These things happen, so it's no excuse, and it's no reason to discredit the effort and the quality that the Eagles showed. You know, particularly in the second half when we were leading by just a goal, the pressure was supposed to be on us, but it wasn't. You know, the Polish side kept passing the ball sideways, and we were very tactically balanced, kept the shape. We were very tight at the back, and we were just shuffling across really well. We didn't create spaces for them to play through, and that for me was the highlight of the game. You know, you could see the frustration of Lewandowski and those top internationals in the Polish side. They were wondering how they couldn't break down this Nigerian side, and it just gave me so much joy and optimism going into the World Cup.
Interesting, man.
Right. And Toby, what I also noticed was the tracking back of the forward players. Ighalo was chasing the ball. Victor Moses, thanks to Chelsea, he will not lose the ball and stand. Do you think that's also part of the tactical and technical discipline that Coach Gennaro is bringing to this team?
Yes, obviously, because even Iwobi did it a lot, you know, and that's for someone that at Arsenal, you won't really expect him to do a lot of tracking back, but he did it. They were very disciplined because they're a young side. Don't forget that, and that's what matters. You know, that has always been what has killed the national team in the past. You know, when you get to mix these so-called experienced internationals that won't really listen to the coach. So, but these guys are very young. They just want to listen and play football.
Ready to learn.
And we could see they look at Brandon Idowu, a right-footed left back, was so disciplined. Going forward, he didn't really give us much, but at least he was very disciplined at the back, and he defended quite well. His 1v1s were very good, and it was hard to beat as well. So Shehu Abdullah as well, he was a menace at the back, and he kept on coming and kept on coming, and it was hard to beat. So the whole team as a whole, we felt in Didi as well. He was quite good in the middle of the park. I think he's our best player at the moment. Everyone will actually agree with that. So I think there's a lot of optimism in the air with the national team.
So let's just let our viewers know latest training pictures from London. The team had a training session yesterday, and there was a press conference also. So we are monitoring everything that is happening just before the match is played today against Serbia. And what would you like to see differently against Serbia?
It has to be the midfield. Joel Obi for me wasn't good enough on the day. I felt he was suspect a lot. you know, to be honest with you, at some point I was asking, what was it there to do? Was it there to defend or was it there to create? Because he didn't do either of that. He didn't create enough going forward and he didn't defend enough when with the ball. So I felt Joel Obi was suspect for me. I would like to see Mikel and Onazi in there with Ndidi against Serbia, because Serbia, they've got very fantastic midfielders. You know, Nemanja Matic is in there. You know, they've got the likes of Tadic, they've got Milojevic, the guy who plays for Crystal Palace, and these are midfield powerhouses. Tadic as well is a good winger. Also Zivkovic, also very good winger. So I like to see how they can go against our fullbacks and in that midfield as well. But the good thing for me is that Serbia have a very aging back four. You know, with the likes of Kolarov, who is 32, Ivanovic is 34, Obradovic is 29, and then Zoran Tosic is 33. You know, I would like to see if our quick attackers can run at them every time. So I would like to see a quick front line, and if they can combine quite well, better than they did against Poland, I think we can see the Serbians into pieces.
That's right. And someone can also argue that experience can work for the Serbian side. Post this morning on Channels Television, John Obi Mikel, the captain of the Super Eagles, will be missing against Serbia. But again, Onazi is the assistant captain, and he's been talking. Our reporter in London caught up with him and Odion Ighalo. This is what they had to say about the match.
The Super Eagles team is like a family. We love each other, and we try as much as we can to make sure we relate to ourselves and try to do things together. Everyone is free. There's no restrictions for you to express yourself, but it has a limit for that. And notwithstanding, we don't forget about our objectives, why we are there, to go for training and be serious on training and try to do what we need to do to make sure we win our games.
For the way the team is doing now, winning friendly games with big teams like that, so they have set a big target for the team, you know, which is possible, you know, because in football everything is possible, but, you know, don't want to get carried away because, you know, Nigerian fans, the only language you understand is win, 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 you know. When you lose now, they crucify you. Even though when you win, they still talk, you don't understand, because that is football, that is their passion for the game, you know. They love this football. And I can see even read some comment about people criticizing the team after they win against Poland. That is football for you, you know. So because they love the team so much, they put